Lerne Englisch, Kapitel 10 by Dominik Wechsenberger. Professions. Text 1. An actor learns his role and interprets it. He works in a studio in front of the camera. An architect plans buildings and draws plans. He works in an office. A painter paints paintings with colors and brushes. She works in a studio. An engineer builds cars and motorbikes and he works in a workshop. A babysitter takes care of a child and reads a story to the child. She works in a house. A baker bakes bread and sells it. She works in a bakery. A hairdresser cuts the client's hair. She works at a hairdresser or salon. A businessman signs and closes a contract. A butcher makes sausages and cuts meat. He works at a butcher's shop. A carpenter saws and hammers with a saw and a hammer in the workshop. Text 2. A cashier sells products and works at the checkout in the supermarket. A cook washes the vegetables, cooks and prepares the food. He works in the kitchen of a restaurant. An educator educates children and plays with the children. She works at the kindergarten. A programmer programs and develops software for computers. A janitor repairs and cleans the house. A secretary makes appointments and answers the telephone. A delivery person delivers pizza to the client's house. A dock worker controls the containers at the port. A factory worker packs the package, controls it, and closes it. He works at the factory. A farmer takes care of his animals, cultivates vegetables and fruit, and drives the tractor at the farmyard. Text 3. A firefighter extinguishes fire and rescues people. A fisherman catches fish and sells it at the market. A boss hires and fires employees and pays their salary. A gardener plants trees and flowers in the garden. A healthcare aide takes care of patients and gives them their medicine. A homemaker stays at home and does the housework. A journalist interviews important people and writes articles for the newspaper. A lawyer defends her clients at court. A mail carrier brings letters, postcards, and small packages. Text 4. A manager manages the branch and supervises the employees. A manicurist takes care of the client's fingernails and paints them. A mechanic repairs and checks the engines of cars in the workshop. A doctor examines patients and prescribes medicine. He works in a doctor's practice. A mover helps to move house and carries the furniture. A musician gives concerts and excites the audience. A painter paints walls in houses. A pharmacist informs the patient about side effects and mixes medicine. A photographer takes photos of a model and develops the photos in his studio. A pilot flies airplanes and lands them. She works at the airport and in an airplane. A policeman manages traffic and arrests thieves. An electrician repairs cables and installs lights in houses. A salesperson sells cars and advises the customers. Text 5. A trash collector collects the trash. A security guard guards the entrance of buildings and controls the passport. A soldier defends or attacks a country. A teacher teaches students. He sets exams and corrects them. He works at a school. A translator translates conversations and texts from one language to another. She works at an office or at conferences. A travel agent informs customers, organizes journeys, and sells them at a travel agency. A truck driver transports products and goods from one place to another. A veterinarian examines animals and gives medication to them. He works at a vet's practice. A waitress takes orders and brings drinks and food. Later, she brings the bill and receives the money. Text 6. What's your profession? I'm a policeman. And how much do you earn? Not that much. How long do you work every day? I work 8 hours per day, from Monday to Sunday. Is your job interesting? Yes, it is. Very interesting and exciting. I like it a lot. Did you go to university? Or did you do an apprenticeship? I did an apprenticeship. You don't need to study in order to become a policeman. Very interesting. Thank you for the interview. You are welcome.